So, my name is Braden Vick, and I'm the president of UA College Democrats.
I'm Riley McCardle. I'm the chairman of the University of Alabama College Republicans.
I think her strongest moment in the debate, just when she talked about abortion, when she talked about the personal stories that were caused by Donald Trump, were caused by his Republican Party, specifically the moments when you talk about people who can't get care for the miscarriages because the doctors might go to jail if they violate those very strict abortion bans with no exceptions for rape, no exceptions for incest, no exceptions for the life of the mother.
I thought President Trump, his strongest point, I think, was his closing point. They spent this whole hour and a half talking about, what Kamala Harris wants to do, and then he sort of followed that up with, why hasn't she done it? Because she's been vice president for 3.5 years. She's had an office in the West Wing for 3.5 years, so why haven't these things been done? I do wish that would have been a little bit earlier in the debate. I know that towards the end of a debate, people start to turn the TV off, so I think it would have been better if maybe that was his opening remark. But I think that was probably the strongest point.
I mean, I would like, as far as, the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris itself is concerned, to be a little bit more forceful in defending immigrants and defending the immigrant populations, not just the Haitians in Springfield, but everywhere. I know we have large immigrant populations in Enterprise and Foley, Fort Payne, Russellville, and Decatur. And that's just in Alabama specifically, not to mention those in Storm Lake, Iowa, Huron, South Dakota, and all these other towns, including Springfield, Ohio, that have been revitalized by recent migration from all these different places in the world. And I would like for Kamala Harris to be pretty forceful in defending them because they are Americans just like we are.
I think the weakest point for President Trump was probably when he got distracted by her saying his rallies are small. I mean, we know Donald Trump has big rallies.
Well, first off, she's 20 years younger than Trump. Almost 20 years. She's not even 60 years old, and thus she offers a fresh face to the presidential race. Because, of course, before July 21st, we had two candidates that were nearly 160 years of combined age.
I think it's that he has been president before, and when he was president, he was, strong on the economy, strong on the border. We didn't have a lot of the problems that we have today.
Do you want a new way forward? Do you want 4 more years of Kamala Harris? Do you want an opportunity for us to separate ourselves from this era of politics that we find ourselves in and chart a new way forward? Aside from the divisiveness, aside from the hatred, aside from the bigotry, to where maybe we could disagree better. Maybe we can leave this country better off for our children and for ourselves.
I would first say you should come to College Republicans meetings. Our goal is to inform students about what the policies of our party are and how they will help college students specifically in day-to-day life. A lot of college students, I don't have this problem, but a lot of college students have to pay their own groceries, their own gas, their own tuition, all housing. And I think a lot of those things were cheaper under President Trump, and I think it would just be a logical question. There may be some things that college students tend to agree with Kamala Harris on from a social standpoint. Some of those things being abortion or immigration or whatever. And I think when you ask the question, are you better off economically than you were 4 years ago? The clear answer to that is no.
I mean, this week, when we're recording this, is National Voter Registration Week. The deadline to register to vote in Alabama is October 22nd. I cannot stress this enough. One of the main reasons why a lot of us feel like our voices aren't heard is because we don't vote at the same rate that older people do. The reason why older people's values are listened to more by politicians is because older people vote and we don't.
But I would certainly recommend registering to vote. I think that every American sort of owes it to everyone who's given their lives to, defend this country to at least exercise that right to vote.